of course, it goes without saying. I mean, if you just apply common sense, and of course, if you apply common sense to anything, it's usually excellent. And if you apply common sense to this, obviously a man should be in his true emotions. He should be not afraid to show tears when he's sad. He should not fear to show anger or repress these things, within reason, of course. And he should definitely not be smiling, when he's not feeling a whole person or satisfied or content. And you know that it's just a idiom of life that, we always ask, hey, how you doing? And everybody says, yeah, I'm fine, when they could be going through living hell, So there's this hypocrisy element, and it's become so ubiquitous that it's one of the things that's preventing people from having a relationship with this unconscious. Because if you look at the unconscious, as I do, as being the reservoir of nature's tuition to you, which you are now very estranged from, not the Rilkes and not the Blakes and the Heideggers and so on, but most of us are. We're very, very alienated from this. And by being alienated, as we said in the previous part, that helps you to become vulnerable, and then you can be easily controlled by the system with all of these tigers in the long grass. You're also going to be hoping that those tigers will then lead you out of the jungle, and that's what these religious Pied Pipers are doing. And it may be even what these other motivational types are also to do. I think that, like I said, the positive aspect is they may be a reaction to the old dour, puritanical status quo, but they also may be sort of tigers trying to lead you further and further into illusion, because if you're not coming from a true sense of emotion, you're coming from this Hegelian aspect in which the society is the one that is molding your emotional behavior, and your emotional equilibrium is totally tied into the social hive, then if the social hive starts creating these very false models, right, the sort of Deepak Chopra stroke, Wayne Dwyer, PBS, Tony Robbins rubbish, you'll do it too, because of course now you have to do it, because if you don't, what happens? They don't like you at work, Henrik, because you're real negative, man.
Gotcha. That's incredible.
So what is that? They are a reaction to the Calvinistic form of fascism, that if you smiled or had sex or smelt a rose, you were going to hell. And they've set up now their own version of fascism, where if you don't smile on cue, and you're not wearing yellow all day long, or you're wearing black or a heavy metal t-shirt, and you kind of just keep to yourself, and you always look at you're using your brain, in other words, you're using your critical apparatus. Hey man, you're over-intellectualized, you're too negative. And so a new form of totalitarianism, a new form of tyranny rises in the East. This is what is happening, or in this case, rises in the West.
Yeah.